Okay, we have completed week 4. Let me go log in. We've had another losing week, and I had to identify what I'm doing essentially wrong. Uh, the week ended up being like 200 and last week. Let's see. Right, so we lost a trade, lost 3 days, won one. And this trade was, I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna show y'all how your emotion, how like psychologically, it's not your strategy, right? It's not my strategy. It is my emotion, and I'm gonna break that down real quick on why that is, and it's just trying to be transparent as possible. Like I said, that's all this is about. Here's a better detail of what is going on, and I'm gonna show y'all why it is what it is, and we should be up. I'm telling y'all, this phase 1 should be done, and I'm gonna show you why. All right, so we get into it. So I'll just go over last week and a couple trades from the previous 2 weeks. Right, so last week we went over. We were looking to trade USD CAD. Right, we were looking to trade USD CAD. Well, I think that was last week. Hold on. Yes, last week. Okay. We were looking to trade USD CAD. Everything set up, right? So how I trade is weekly time frame, we are in an uptrend. Daily time frame, we are in a downtrend. Okay. So I wait on my H4, which it had a shift of structure. It matches my daily downtrend. So I'm looking to sell it. And there's some other things that have to align, and those things align. I have to have a retest, a rejection candlestick on the H4 regular candlesticks. I got. So when we go in here and we look at this on the 15-minute, we had a shift of structure on the 15-minute. And like I said, I've talked about this in the last video. This is a trade that I should have taken, but I was looking for a deeper pullback based off my emotions because I wanted that perfect setup. Well, because I wanted everything to be perfect, which trading is not, I didn't take the trade. I don't get the win. Okay. Euro USD. Let me find it. Euro USD. We were looking for a buy. Now, this wasn't emotional. We didn't get our retest. We simply didn't get a retest, but price went in our direction. NZD CAD. This is a trade that we did take last week. You can see we won on this trade, but before it went in our direction, you can see where we got stopped out twice. So when we go to USD CAD, right, we go over here to USD CAD, you can clearly see we were stopped out once, and then here's another one right here. We got a re-entry. We literally got stopped out again. We were able to re-enter because I knew like this aligns with everything. Don't be emotional. Third time's a charm, and essentially we got it. We hit our TP, right? From zone to zone. That's all we were looking for. But if I would have taken USD CAD because I was emotional and didn't take it and was looking for the perfect setup, I could be 50% right now and we could be up, right? So the next one, NZD Chef was one of the trades that I was looking to take. This one I didn't take because it consolidated. And really, I moved my daily area of interest up because it aligned better, which made sense on why it kept going up and rejecting, So that worked out perfect. CAD Chef. This is one. Last week I was looking for a retest, right? We didn't get the pullback, but I should have taken the trade the week before because it aligned with my strategy. We got our rejection candlestick up here. I should have placed my sell Now it would have consolidated down, like I said, but eventually it would have went to that area. Overall, we are in a daily downtrend. Not just a daily downtrend, we were in a weekly downtrend as well. So I should have followed my strategy, not being emotional, waiting on the perfect setup and taking this trade. Now we're over 50% accurate. Euro JPY. We did, remember, not last week, but the week before, we did take this trade, as we can see the loss right here, but it was just wrong timing. So once we closed higher, which I did move this area of interest up a little farther, 1 wick, 2 wick, now third, because it was more so down here like this, right? But you can see that that doesn't match up very well. So, and that's part of the game. Whereas the true area was right here. So it really puts us underneath, which makes sense on why, price went up. It just retested harder within that zone like it did over here. So that's what we received, right? So it literally mimicked this over here. I should have looked to sell this again. But because I was in my emotions, like it's not perfect, I don't know, I may lose. I lose either way because I missed out on the trade, right? So I tell my sons, and my daughter, when it comes to basketball, if you don't take the chance or the shot, you miss 100% of the ones you don't take. Right now, I'm not telling my kids on the basketball court to force shots. We're not shooting over 2 or 3 defenders. But if you got your one-on-one matchup or you're wide open, then take your shot. Why are you always looking to pass? And that's what I've been doing in trading. I've been passing on these opportunities, and in all, it's landed me with a negative account, right? So it's not that I don't know how to hoop, or it's not that I don't know how to trade. My emotions are involved, which is what really both of my sons do very bad when it comes to basketball. They let their emotions get the best of them playing because they don't want to mess up. So now, because I don't want to mess up, let me pass the ball and let them do the work. We got to take our opportunities and our shots this week. So with that being said, we're looking for this week. What aligns with my strategy right now is, if you notice I took a trade on Euro GBP. I closed it because with this funded account that I'm looking, or not funded, but this challenge, I can't hold trades over the weekend, so I had to close it. So I didn't breach the account. But that's perfectly fine. You can see that we have rejected this area. We are looking for this. What I would really like is for this trade to pull back within this black box right here, because that would be within 10 pips of my rejection candlestick, and I'm looking to sell it. So I am going to put a sell limit right here, right? We're going to let the market open, let the spread calm down, come back to normal, and then I am looking to sell from this area. GBP AUD is another one that I am looking to sell. We are in a weekly downtrend, daily downtrend. We are looking to retest this area, hopefully give us a rejection candlestick, hopefully stay bearish on the H4. We're looking to sell. AUD NZD is another one. Our weekly candlestick has closed above the daily area of interest. We are in a weekly uptrend, a daily uptrend. So you can see we are having a daily pullback we've had. So I'm looking for price to come in this area a little bit more, give us a rejection candlestick, stay in a bullish H4 uptrend. We are looking to buy. Okay, now the pairs that have a little more work to do, GBP CAD, right? It's a confluence of, or it's a correlation of Euro GBP, but it's a negative correlation. So GBP CAD, I am looking for a buy, but it also aligns with my strategy, right? So the weekly candlestick has closed above this area, right? So a lot of times what I've learned is, and it doesn't happen every time, and I think I kind of mentioned this in the last video, when price closes above on the weekly, the candlestick, right? A lot of times you can go to the day and it'll rise too, right? So we got a rejection on the weekly. The daily is starting to close back in this area, which we need to happen. So if that happens and we close, we have a shift of structure. We're looking for a retest by Euro AUD. We're looking for the same thing because, and this one's a little harder because it didn't close strongly below, but it closed with inside the zone. So I count that if it's not perfect, I count that, or not perfect, but if it's not a clear close below, like something like this or this where it closed above over here, or like last week it closed strongly below, and because it closed strong below, you can see that we had a retest and sell, which this is another one, not last week but the previous week. This pair aligned with my strategy. Only thing I didn't get is price didn't come back within 10 pips of my strategy. So y'all, I am predicting which direction the market is going to go overall on a lot of these pairs, right? But just because I have an idea of where the market is going to go based off what it's showing me doesn't mean that I can just enter a trade. But when it does, and when everything aligns, I have to take my trades. I can't this week not take the trades, right? Which is what I've been doing. Anyway, Euro USD, the weekly has closed above. Even on the regular candlestick, it has kind of, closed above and gave us a long wick. When we go to the daily, yes, we're in a daily downtrend. It looks like a retest. You can take this sell, right? So there is times where price will continue down, but I'm not taking the sell. I'll take the buy when everything aligns for me. And because of this one, if this candle had closed below, I'll be looking for sales. But because everything doesn't align, I don't take the trade. It's that simple. So for everything aligned, we have to have a shift of structure on the H4. Yes, it's supposed to rain, buddy. EuroCAD. On EuroCAD, we have a weekly uptrend, which we are retesting, and then we have a daily downtrend and an H4 downtrend. Now I am looking for a retest, potential sell, unless we have a shift of structure on the daily, right? But I'm hoping price stays below. But we do have to have that shift of structure on the H4. So we'll see how that one plays out. Now, NZD, JPY, daily uptrend, weekly uptrend. We have closed below this daily area of interest on the weekly, but because the Hikinachi candlesticks, we are already down here anyway, so we're at the zone already, so we are looking to buy. But you can see we are clearly retesting on the daily, which is a beautiful setup. So if we can get a shift of structure on the H4 and everything aligns, we are looking for buys on that. And it's the same thing with CAD JPY. So CAD JPY, you can clear, even on the regular candlesticks, we are in a uptrend. If we have that shift of structure retest, we're looking for a buy. GBP NZD is in an H4 uptrend, but we have a strong close below this daily area of interest. We're in a weekly downtrend. We are in a daily downtrend. We are just waiting on the retest, shift of structure on the H4, sell. So that one would be beautiful, but it has to come back. USD JPY, we are in a weekly uptrend. So what we are waiting on, and notice how price closed above this area of interest, but we are so close to this level. If price continues down, we would look for that shift of structure for then price to go up on USD JPY. And then AUD USD, we are looking for, we are closed above on the weekly. The daily's in an uptrend. We are retesting. The weekly's in an uptrend. All we need is for the H4 to match, and we're looking to buy. And that's essentially everything that I'm waiting on for this week. And that, but because some of this stuff is not in my strategy now. Hold on, let me shut this. because some of this stuff is not in my strategy, doesn't mean that it won't align later on in the week. So AUD CAD was one that I was looking to trade, and that's why I placed this here, because the only reason why I'm not taking this trade, and it's probably going to continue up, the chances of it continuing up are great, but I have to stick to what I can't switch up. I can't switch up my strategy this week and then next week make it okay, and the following week make it not okay. It has to be the same continuous thing every single time. That is what I've learned over the 10 years of me trading, going on 11. I have learned that your setup is your setup. You do not switch it for anything. So this is the setup that has worked for me. Now, if the weekly candle has closed above, then we would really be looking to buy this, because this one thing hasn't aligned. We don't take it, right? So everything has to align. And if you've seen, like I've shown proof, like when everything aligns, it works. Like for me, it works. I have just been too emotional to take the trade. And that is on me. And that's why they say 80%, it's 80% mental. Like it's you in your own head. It's not the strategy. And that is the difference. Anyway, so because this one hasn't closed above, look how beautiful that retest is. We got retests on the H4. We got our rejection candlestick. We would be looking to get in on this trade if the week had closed a little stronger, but it didn't. On the regular candlesticks, it did close above, but it's not a strong close. But hey, if you want to take that trade, you take that trade. But I think it's very important that your rules align every single time. It's the same strategy, and that's the problem with most traders. I know I keep relating to basketball, but it's easier for a lot of people to understand, even if you don't play basketball. If you shoot right-handed one shot, and then left-handed one shot, and then under the legs, behind the back, like if your shot is different every single time, one time you got an elbow line, next time your elbow's out like this, next time I'm shooting left hand, all because, whatever the case may be, like if it switches all the time, you're never going to be consistent. And that's why this is the way it is. But man, I appreciate y'all. Hopefully this is helping. At the end of the day, this is going to help me more, because now I can go back and look, which is what I just recently done, and how I knew I was trading emotional, because I went back and I was like, let me go look at my pairs. Let me go see what they did. Man, everything aligned. Why am I not capitalizing? Well, I'm not capitalizing because I ain't taking the dang trades. If I would have took all the trades that align with my strategy and not made an excuse, oh, it's got to come back here, or, what if I lose? Then, we'd be up in this challenge. So moving forward, that's what we're going to do. We're taking trades.